underway. Choose your fighter. Is it going to be Dralii or is it going to be Atow for our final series of tonight?
All right, how did CJ know I was going to pick Dralii? It's almost like you can see the prediction sheet. Fear, you've gone for Dralii as well. What do you think is going to make him the favorite in the matchup for you?
I think that when it comes down to it, he's playing the best Rocket League right now. Atow plays at a really high level, don't get me wrong, but he hasn't yet shown the consistency when it comes to tournaments as Dralii has. Now, I actually looked up during the break to see how this specific matchup between Dralii and Atow goes, and it looks like from my research, this is a 3-3 all-time, as this one will be the one that separates these two.
Okay, well, decider right here, unless we get another game between the two later on in the week. Dralii there with a little setup to himself and a great shot from distance to take the lead. That actually kind of surprises me that they're all time even, because Dralii had a bit of an earlier come up in ones than Atow did. I feel like Atow is a more recent 1v1 kind of bloomer, even though he's been so well known in threes for a long time.
Yeah, I think it was, I mean, I have it all right here. Dralii won the first one. Atow actually had a few straights after the Dralii couple wins. Nice flick. But the most recent matchup went to Dralii in a really, handsome man's tournament, and it could be either one of us, but it was me when they played most recently. And so that's why we got to lean Dralii.
Yeah, Dralii is one of the favorites to win this whole thing. Atow has the peak, but Dralii has the peak and also the consistency. He's already got a 2-goal lead as well. He is just such a monster in every aspect of the game. He's got the mechanics, he's got the offense, he's got the defense. Atow might have the best offense between the two, although that post would not indicate the case early on.
Yeah, I think you hyped them both up and they both made a mistake. Perfectly timed with you, but Atow trying a tough dribble here. Length of the entire field, not quite gonna make it. But the good news for him, he bailed out with it early enough, so he should be able to reset. Atow, both these guys really, but Atow especially loves to attack through the air. He will go for these backboard doubles that other players won't, but this time he's not going to be able to contain the ball. This should be an easy tap in for Dralii.
Yeah, what a challenge by Dralii, really shutting Atow down early, and that's a great idea generally in the matchup against Atow. You do not want to let this guy get close to your net, or else the flip reset will be unstoppable. And Dralii with the wave dash recovery kickoff. Couldn't really use that one because the ball was so directly over his head.
Atow now has Dralii in a tough spot. He's got him locked in a cage here in defense. These are situations that happen a ton in ones. You starve out your opponent. Can you convert it? Now he's already slightly lost it out as he allows Dralii to escape and get boost, but a double jump. Oh my goodness, what a save from Dralii. I cannot believe he used that flip to get underneath him.
Well, that is just unreal creativity. And now at the other end of the pitch, he's got Atow on the ropes again. Now, Dralii might have thought that was already in, but it didn't really matter too much because he's got the boost and he was able to circle back around to midfield anyway. But now here comes Atow, still in the hunt for his first goal of the game. And once more, Dralii makes his intentions known with the early challenge.
Flick saved as well. Dralii has cleaned up all of the offense from Atow, and it hasn't been poor offense at all. Dralii just showing he's on another level defensively. Such a quick collection and flick for a fourth.
Well, we said that it was going to be, well, maybe I shouldn't say we, I said, I'll take responsibility for this one, and probably the blame when it turns out not to be the case later on. But yeah, Dralii's got the both ends of the pitch sorted, defense and offense. He's got 6 saves already. Atow, 0 saves to his name. He is all offense, and right now it's not working, and it continues to fail. But that one was saved by the crossbar.
Yeah, Dralii saving tough ones. Atow is basically going to have to execute at perfection if he wants to get away with getting goals. At that time, there was an opening. There was a window to score it. It's an Atow mistake. He's not going to be able to get back to this ball after using the flip to get another one, pre-flipping underneath it. But you talked about the saves. Dralii's been playing from defense, but he has not been bummed. He's had his chance on offense. He's completely covered Atow, and now a nice bump. Everything is going his way.
It's just the perfect game for Dralii. He's got a 7th save, and then he goes down the other end of the pitch and gets another goal. Just pops the ball over Atow's head and then demos him when Atow jumps to cover it.
5-goal lead. Now, this is the way 1v1 can go. We still have essentially half the game left. Atow, no reason to give up yet. Needs to try and lock in and see if he can at least get on the board. Shutouts in general in ones do not happen very often, even when they're pretty one-sided. You're going to get a goal somewhere along the way, so Atow has to try and work down Dralii. This is a great flick, good catch. He got Dralii into net with a flick and then carried it to the opposite side.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dralii nearly saved this one as well, even though he ended up in a really awkward position. Thought Atow was going to the far side. Atow actually cut back across him. And even that shot was, you know, about to be saved. Just give Dralii another split second and he's keeping that one out. But now Atow can start the comeback. He's got one. Can he get a second one? It's an open backboard. You know what that means. It's two.
Atow is a maniac when it comes to the backboard double. It's actually not used very often. This situation, he just reads Dralii's early challenge and flips it to the backboard. He is so good at doubling those in. He'll even do them in different situations when he feels like he has open field. In 1v1, it's a bit dangerous. If the defender's back, nice delay kickoff. Is he going to be able to convert it here? Atow did not finish it, and now with no boost, it's actually a goal the other way. It
Wow,
is, right?
it's not a goal the other way. What is happening? Dralii with a huge open net miss after Atow missed the close to open net top right corner. Both players trading inaccurate shots, and that's going to favor Atow massively. He's got the next possession. He's got 100 boost and a reset, and Dralii still shuts him down.
Nice challenge. Atow, all he had left was bringing it down to the ground. He actually bodied Atow out, trying to like not let him get back to the play, but Atow does bump him. Nice pinch. Does he have a chance? No, he's going to wait out the boost, so Dralii will have possession.
Well, you know, this is what one's going to come down to. It's such a tense game mode. Yes, you have open nets, but you feel so under pressure taking them. And even at the pro level, a slight miss can just cause the ball to save itself by going across the goal. Now, Atow's got Dralii in a really bad position here. He doesn't have a flip, doesn't have any boost, and it's now just a 2-goal game.
Dralii has been a maniac defensively. He needed a little bit more. It almost seemed like he was planning on pushing it into the back wall, and then if he had maybe 10 more boosts, he could push himself to the back wall as well, but he didn't have any. So instead, he's going to have to go to a kickoff. His kickoffs have been clean, though. Wave dash kickoff one. Atow is going to save it off his post. Wait, Dralii didn't get there in time. I can't believe it, but it is still possession Dralii.
Well, Atow did mean to do that, but I don't think he had the follow-up really well thought out. So after he hit the inside of the post, he probably thought, nice. Oh, wait, now what? 30 seconds to go, though. Atow still trying to make the comeback happen. Dralii with a huge outplay, spotted the early challenge coming, and he's going to slow roll him as well, taking a sweet time to score this goal. And this is a smart play, because Atow needs the time more than Dralii does it. Atow's not even going to bother coming back. He's just going to wait for Dralii to eventually score this one. What a mind game by Dralii, confirming the win by time wasting.
You said earlier, this might have been, you know, in the green room or whatever, but you said we've given everybody today an example of everything that's happened in ones. Yeah. And I feel like that is a perfect moment right there. Those moments will happen. People will tilt away and not want to actually come back. Atow wasting precious seconds. I mean, the chances that he was going to come back anyways, you know, maybe not very high, but definitely zero now that Dralii has used those few seconds, and he'll take game number one.
It's such an interesting position.
Dralii's just moving different. It's often in this game, me and you, we watch it a ton, that it's rare to see like unique movement from any car or something that you haven't really seen before, but Dralii's already shown that. I mean, one of them that I saw was him, you know, jumping down to turtle on the ground. It didn't pay off well, but another was that backflip out of the air dribble bump. It's something that, you know, it's so unique to these players. Atow is actually one of the guys who does it a lot himself, but so far today it's been Dralii.
Well, Dralii does open the scoring for the second game in a row. All it took was a little bump in the back corner. Well, I say all it took. Before that, he did stop yet another Atow aerial play, which is no small feat. We've seen Atow blow many top-tier players off the pitch by scoring 10 aerials in a row with multiple resets. Probably, you know, 20 resets thrown in there in the 10 aerial plays. But Dralii's not having it. He is just playing solid Rocket League, and once again, he's winning.
Yeah, he followed up with a wave dash kickoff win there. Atow just meeting a brick wall. They're actually going to trade strategies here, but it's still going to pay off in favor of Dralii, who is now going to the ceiling. Actually, an awkward setup. I talked about the unique movement. I mean, that counts as well. I've never seen that before. What was he doing? But it's going to lead to a direct Atow goal.
Well, even in RLCS 1's, KC passing plays continue to dominate. Dralii finds his teammate waiting for the long shot. And he has given himself a great pass as well in the quick chat there. He knows his own mistake. Atow was able to use just one goal last game to build more. It seemed like it opened up the floodgates a little bit. And he's going to need to do that earlier in this game to avoid the impossible late comebacks.
This is where Atow is so lethal. This time off the side wall, elects to play no touch and try and go to the ground. Dralii's not going to let him get back up in the air. Pre-jumps it nice and early. But one thing that Atow is eventually going to get involved in, and Gibbs touched on it as well, is the demo game, the physical game. Atow loves to get a good bump in. We haven't really seen him go for it much, but if he continues to struggle, maybe he will. But the other thing he's great at is the aerial game. A nice full field air dribble and a reset shot will tie it up.
What control by Atow. How about this replacement? Got the reset nice and early in the play so that Dralii would have plenty of time to think about how to defend it, but also plenty of time to think about what to maybe overthink and what to get worried about. Atow ties it. You do expect this to eventually end up being a close series. Dralii might be the favorite, but Atow's not far off.
Atow really pre-jumped there as the ball comes down to the ground. Oftentimes in the back corner on a high bounce, players want to take a big air dribble, but defenders now are so far ahead of that Atow's actually pre-jumping it. Maybe convinced Dralii not to go for it. Made him play the ground game. Atow feels better in that, takes the ball away, and gets himself a lead.
Oh, that's so interesting. Atow just kept putting himself in no man's land there, and Dralii was so worried about challenges that never happened that eventually he just gave the ball away, and Atow pops it over him. Another little streak for Atow. He's had these little sprees in games, trying to pinch the ball center here. It's most likely Dralii's ball regardless. Atow would rather have 100 boost to defend with.
High flick, Dralii just forcing Atow to make it clear, expecting to get an extended possession, but another missed touch. I mean, this was not the Dralii we saw earlier. And Atow, that is an interesting decision from him. I felt like he had an opportunity to set up whatever he wanted, and what he decided was passing the ball to Dralii.
Yeah, it's a really bad shot there by Atow. Dralii messed up his first touch, trying to set up a ceiling play. And then Atow completely messed up the ground shot. I mean, he just rushed it. He arrived too soon and ended up passing possession away. So pretty careless turnovers on both sides.
These guys vying for the mid boost. Dralii's going to get everything he wants, cutting it down to the ground. Trying to play a bit of that flick game. Look at that save again from Atow. He is putting such precision on the post, taking it to the opposite side. This time he has boost to recover and quickly shoot it. It's a double for the fourth.
This is just unbelievable. Atow keeps the ball under control, and then with half a tank of boost, just hits a double tap, looking like he's in free play with unlimited boost. And Dralii, one of the world's best defenders, can't get anywhere near it.
You have to keep those at such a high pace if you want to get away with it in these kind of lobbies. So you need high pace and you need a tight angle usually. And Atow, you know, the risk of those is really high. You miss those, you're up high on the back wall, you're usually getting scored on, but it's a layup for Atow. He's not worried about that. He's not thinking about the miss. He knows he can put pace on the ball and make it happen. And now he's going to actually bump Dralii off as he gets a possession. He was worried about a challenge, I think, so he pops the ball immediately. Can he go for 50? No, Dralii covers it.
Yeah, a bit of a risky one there again by Atow, but he does have the recovery planned. Dralii covered the near post really well. That mid boost did not spawn for Dralii on the exit. It appears for Atow. What a change that could make to this sequence. Dralii's preferring to challenge early every time, and he gets the demo as Atow loops back around.
I think they both wanted the demo there. Dralii able to snipe it though. He's not able to convert off of it. He did have low boost. Atow wanted to get a carry going. Dralii not going to have any of that. Dunks it before he can line up a flick. And now Atow trying to control the ball from the back wall. Can be a tough position. He did get a little bit of space and a big boost advantage, and he's not going to be, you know, thrown off by Dralii's fake. Wait a second. I was going to say that he's not going to be thrown off because Dralii had no boost, but it turns out he did have a real challenge coming.
Well, Atow knew Dralii had no boost, but Dralii knew Atow knew he had no boost as well, so he just challenged. What a play by Dralii. He didn't want to back off and defend with a boost disadvantage, just sends it and gets a goal.
And half flip kickoff, Dralii not going to it at all. Atow chips it away. I didn't actually feel like he had an opportunity, but he's going to get a miss, and Dralii will take the lead.
Oh, that is a really interesting play. Dralii looked like he was setting up to hit the ball nearer to the wall. That's this side Atow blocked, but like you mentioned, he missed it, which might have been intentional. It's Dralii, so you never know. He might have done that on purpose just to fake Atow out. But there's every bit as much chance based on what we've seen today that he just missed it and profited with a goal.
Heavy delay from Atow, goes into the orange half. Dralii's going to send it back. Attow's actually trying to outpace Dralii, which is always a bit of a risk. Did Dralii just land in reverse to set up this shot?
He did.
Very mechanical play, but ultimately, as fancy as the setup is, the shot is on time. Free jump, and actually worked out.
Yeah, crazy early pre-jump by Dralii. He's hiding on the inside of the post, which on Forbidden Temple does obscure your vision, but he can't get contact on the ball as Atow slow plays him. And that's really interesting because Atow couldn't see where Dralii was, but he obviously knew where he was because he can't see him. So he's thinking, well, you must be inside the post then, so I'll just carry it middle.
Yeah, Dralii is being so unique in his movement and his decision making. It's something that sometimes in the short term cannot pay off, and you can go, wait, what's going on? He's being ridiculous. But over the long term, of course, of a long series, that unpredictability, is Dralii going to make the save? No, he is not. As Atow will take the lead.
He does get a goal, which it should have been coming here because he had just had such a strong position. Dralii got a little bit lost on that play, which can happen easily when you're up against Atow's offense, but this is a late lead now for the Belgian.
Delay wave dash for Atow. He's on the ball, but he's going to tap it away. Boost control for Dralii means there's not much he can do. Dralii will take to the skies. Atow jumps early, but actually preps for Dralii to go back down to the ground as he sets up a shadow. Double jump bump, and it connects to tie the game.
Oh, Dralii faking the air dribble from distance, grounds Atow's pre-jump, and then once he was shadowing, he was too much of a target. Dralii clatters him into the net, and the ball swiftly follows. 33 seconds left in game 2. It's a must-win game for Atow to keep the pressure on Dralii, who's already one game to the good.
Atow has a great chance to do it here with 30 seconds left to go. All the air dribble pass to himself off the ceiling. He's going to get a reset. He does. Dralii got connection, though, and it is still Atow possession. He has the advantage. Dralii has more than enough boost. He went out to meet him there, but Atow saw it coming. He tried his best to kill this, and he will get it on target. That is a great read from Atow.
Oh, for a second there, I thought Dralii was going to make it back for this one. He did get back incredibly quickly, just going straight back towards the center of the goal. I'll tell you what, that might have been somehow savable, just barely, but it was so difficult. Not even Dralii could keep it out. 16 seconds, sorry, 15. And Atow under control. That's a really good first touch. He's got all the options here. Decides to go sideways, playing it as safely as possible to confirm the win. Dralii is called GG, but we're going to watch this clock run down.
Yeah, nice pop from Atow. He got the boost advantage there. Just decided to lob the ball up to a spot moment, but certainly these guys have not prepped that way. But we will get started with game number 3. Atow Dralii tied 1-1.
And honestly, massive by both players there during the DC to not touch the ball and ruin the scoreboard. Not that it really matters. It's just for show. Atow, flip reset, denied by Dralii in the opening seconds. And now Dralii's going to get a chance to flex his aerial mechanics, which are plentiful. Backwards open. Oh, he got bumped though, as he had tried for the flip reset double.
Wow, it's not often what you think about when you think about defense and paying off, but Atow trying to get up to stop the ball maybe initially. Dralii sees that coming, uses the reset to flip, but the play's not over. Atow keeps going. If you clip the offender, you can throw off of that double chance, and that's what I was talking about before. Those backboard doubles, they're so risky in a lot of different ways. You have to be so fast, so clean over the top of your defender if you want them to pay off.
Yeah, you got to get your car pass to play as well. Dralii ties it. Absolutely massive shot as Atow tried to knock the ball into the back corner. Did not make it. Not quite enough power on that one. Sets up Dralii for the equalizer.
Yeah, but not an easy equalizer. Like, credit to Dralii, who put a ton of heat on it, and top left. Atow did cover a big chunk of the net, but he's got to remember he's playing against his world champion opponents in Dralii. He's going to have great touches. Now Atow set one up off the ceiling. Looks like he decided instead of trying to shoot it, he just tap it to back wall and extend the play. And then he's got himself a good opportunity. Dralii hoping for a dream pinch, didn't get it, so now he's gonna have to play some defense against an Atow with a tank of boost, and he goes flick way high.
As he own goaled with this one, it's on target. It's just going down the middle of the pitch, but Dralii couldn't get in the area quickly enough. He's gonna have the next play available to him. Air dribbling sideways, away from Atow's position. They don't want to go anywhere near each other with the aerial plays, knowing how quickly challenges can land. Ceiling double reset by Atow. Dralii puts it straight up in the air above him. The defense is really shining bright in game 3.
Yeah, Atow was quick to the back wall, making sure to keep his reset shot, which he did use early. He kept the ball high, which is super important. Forced Dralii to stay high, but look at this. Boost advantage for Atow big time, but Dralii on the ball surprises him.
After all the high-flying aerial plays, it's a simple, just rolling side flip shot by Dralii to get the goal. You can all try that one at home. It's a great play at all ranks, even RLCS 1v1.
Yeah, you might not be able to get it on Atow, but I promise you can get it against your opponents.
Yeah, you can get it on us. probably even TJ. Gibbs, definitely.
Look at Dralii so early. I mean, it's the pre-jumps in ones. The patterns are so clear for these top players. I mean, Dralii is basically doing the aerial way before him and is able to cut it off, but then Atow gets a goal.
Well, yeah, nice demo by Atow. Such an effortless touch mid as well to leave the net wide open and really remove any bad luck potential from the position. The only thing he was waiting to find out is where will Dralii spawn. So he just wastes no time. Doesn't matter where Dralii spawns, the result will be the same.
Dralii close to the back wall, can be tough position to score, and usually you don't want to go all in. I would say this is an all-in play from Dralii. He gets the reset on the back side of the ball to try and put it around him, which does enable Atow's counterattack. Now, credit to Dralii, who kind of tried to clip a couple bumps there, almost got back, but it's tough position he put himself in. He does not get there.
Yeah, he was supersonic, but wasn't able to actually hit Atow's car at significant enough of an angle to get a demo. If you're pulling up at a slight angle, you kind of just bounce off each other. It's the result of many tilted players in Rocket League rank thinking they got a demo or thinking they should have one when really they shouldn't. A low-scoring game here. I think the lowest so far, as both players continue to battle for midfield possession.
High pop from Atow. He's actually going to dash towards the ball, which after he popped it away with 17, I thought for sure he was going to leave the play, but he is not interested in leaving the play at all. Nice cuts from Dralii to cut that off. Atow was looking at an open net, it would seem, but Dralii quickly intercepts it and now is able to get a ball carry. This has happened rarely. These guys have been so good at challenging. Atow almost got the save, but it's going to go top right.
Yeah, it's another phenomenal KC passing play, although this one was really nothing Atow could do. Best attempt that he had was to just flip at that one and hope it hits the post on the inside, but it just goes top bins for the tie game.
Wave dash kickoff. We haven't seen too many of these direct wins, you know, seconds after the kickoff. Obviously, there's tons of wins that happen where you get a little bit of space and maybe 10, 20 seconds later you win. It really was like a kickoff possession, but Atow going to throw a serious direct win, 2 seconds off the clock, and he's got his lead.
Yeah, Dralii very outside of the ball there. Oh my goodness. Atow delayed the kickoff and it bounced off his car after Dralii's touch. That is incredibly fortunate because that would have just gone in if it didn't glancing blow him on the way by. Dralii must have spotted that delay coming. He kind of played it safely though. He jumped into the ball just in case his read was wrong. Had he just driven into the ball, that would have been a goal.
Now Atow back the other way. Dralii convincing him to go back down to the ground, I think, with a sidewall threat. And then a bit of a flub on a flick. Now Dralii's going to take to the skies. This time Atow, no pre-jump, going to try and react to the goal, and he makes a save. It is tough to read Dralii. Can he get around for the shot? He's not going to try to. He needs a spawn, and he didn't get it.
It did spawn at the second go around. Backcourted double by Atow. Dralii was in the area to save it, but realized it was off target. Counter attack down the middle. Atow's got half a tank of boost to defend with actually more than that now. Great boost management. Pathing over small pads on his retreat. And it's been Atow's defense that's been the difference in this game. He outplays Dralii's challenge again. Dralii thought he's been sneaky, but Atow could see him the whole way.
Yeah, these players try and throw a backflip challenge here and there when they think the opposition doesn't expect it, but Atow steps ahead. 5-3 now, a little bit of separation here. You know, leads don't mean a lot in ones. As that clock begins to wind down, you will start to see players with about a minute, 2 goals, play that clock, play a bit safer, see if they can bait in some otherwise, you know, risky challenge that wouldn't happen. Atow right now, I would say, is playing pretty safe here with a double jump that he quickly bails out of, but now he's going to be forced to play some defense here against Dralii.
A lot of boost being invested in this attack. Dralii's essentially all in, and not even that works against Atow. What a save again. He has really shown such a high level of defense in this game. These shots would have gone in against the majority of players, and Atow makes it 6-3 the other way. Dralii forfeits, says enough is enough. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout here because Atow is just getting better and better with every passing minute.
That was a great play to finish it. Just cutting around the ball back. I mean, he's almost like protecting it too as well. I thought maybe he was going for a demo. Next thing you know, he's chipped up what is a perfect setup to keep it away from that back wall. There's kind of like a dead zone too close to it where you can't shoot. Atow made sure it never went in. And
for both players to advance into top 4 immediately. It's also a really important series to avoid the bracket of death. We've got the loser of this will play against NAS tomorrow, and then the winner of that match will play against Moxie. So I mean, do you want to be in that bracket, or do you want to play the winner of Juicy against Albert Cornelius, aka Trebla, who apparently plays KBM? And we're learning more and more about this guy. Now that I found out his name's Albert Cornelius, I think he might just be winning this tournament.
And he's KBM, so you might be a little bit biased, though.
I might be, yeah.
But yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Nas, the unfortunate thing for Nas is no matter what happens, he's got the toughest run ever. He's got Jack, and then he's got either Atow or Dralii, and then he's got Moxie, and then he's got probably the other one of Atow and Dralii again in the end. So Nas is staring at a tough challenge. But for now, we're locked in with Atow and Dralii. Atow up 2-1 and up 1-0 in this game.
And Atow has got such a good read right now on Dralii's offense. That he just made that flick look silly, thinking, well, what were you really expecting to happen here? Obviously, I'm saving that. Just collects the ball for himself. I think Dralii's got to up the quality, or at least up the difficulty of his offense a touch if he's going to put Atow under pressure, because Atow does not look like he's interested in reducing his defensive level at all.
Atow fell in front of the play there, but so much respect. I mean, I think there was a moment when he wasn't protecting the ball. Doesn't matter. Atow claiming massive respect. Dralii waits down, nice bump, gets it early, and the ball will fall in.
Yeah, Dralii just spacing Atow enough to back him down. The threat of the flick initially caused Atow to retreat, and then just a quick lift on the ball. No time wasted flying into the bump.
Yeah, once you get that defender in the position where they're going to be bumping, or they can be bumped, you don't want to wait long. You don't want to give them a chance to get farther out, jump over the top, do anything. You would want to cash in your advantage right in that moment. And it's actually a pretty far out from the net bump. You know, the ball needs to bounce its way in, but once you got the bump, you're good. As Dralii is trying his best not to get demoed here. Atow actually, interesting, drove around him. It seems like he could have kept going for the demo, but decided, no, you can live this time. And Dralii has to force it into the corner here. A chance to go, actually not up in the air. He's going to catch it and bring it down. Another shadow position. Atow has to be careful. Flick puts him in and out of the net. He's going to hit the brakes and wait on the goal line, and Dralii's going to pass it to him.
What a pass by Dralii. Finds Atow wide open in the middle, and Atow's hit the post. It's now a mind game war as both players run out of boost. Can Dralii find space? Yes, he can. He gets 100 as well. That was, you know, another really good team play by the KC players. And then the accuracy continues to plague them. Dralii eventually does get the goal, which probably should have happened in the last go-around.
For sure. Dralii catch. Atow flipping off the back wall, way out of position. Really nothing he could do once he was already that far out. So Dralii recognized the power slide cut. I can't believe we saw that sequence. Dralii doesn't have to be tilted, though, as he still will get his lead. He's going to reset this one to the back wall. And can he go the distance? He's going to try to start an air dribble. Maybe he sees Atow back off. And he doesn't have to. What a read on Atow moving into the play. A ground shot will get a goal. Oh, my goodness.
That is disgusting by Dralii. Reset early, and then he pretends that he's going to let it bounce and air dribble again. Instead, he just shoots it at the last possible second. Incredible power that he was able to generate as well. This split second that Atow turned to reposition. A half-flip kickoff by Atow gives him another open net. Can he score this one? I don't think he can. Dralii's back before Atow can put it on target. That was another overhit first touch, resulting in a missed opportunity.
I died. Dralii killed me. I had a moment there. I'm back, though. I'm back. Atow, out of the back corner, is reset. He feels forced to use it. Right? Dralii jumps early. He'd rather not Dralii get a touch at all. So even though he's going over the top, he decides to use his flip. But now stuck in defense, flick denied. And we got Atow in jail again. Can Dralii convert on it? Zero boost. In and out save. Oh my goodness, Atow able to stop it, but not out of the woods necessarily just yet.
And Dralii just what saves in quick chat and leaves. Says you can have your boost. You deserve it. After that stellar defensive play. And then I'm going to score on you the next time anyway to make it 4-1. I did wonder initially if this would happen. You know, can the Atow defense hold up? Can he maintain that level? The answer so far is no. He's had a little bit of a fall off in this game at times, but the peak is still there. I mean, that in and out save is outrageously strong against a 50-50 from Dralii.
Yeah, one of the really unfortunate things about playing defense in ones is you can make a miraculous save and you do not have any teammates to then clear the ball out for you and reward you.
Wow.
You have to keep playing, and Atow is going to have to play defense again against the Dralii Masterclass.
Flip reset from Dralii. Wave dashes under the ball. He's not done, though. He's got a pop afterwards as well. And Atow is struggling to read Dralii at the moment. I'm liking these extra touches Dralii's had at the end of these plays. Just always getting one more change of direction, one more change of elevation. Now, this is not over. 4 goals in 1v1 is definitely doable. And Atow now makes it 3 with the underdunk. Kind of a flip reset being threatened here. So Dralii goes high to block it. And maybe a bit too high.
Yeah, Dralii swinging around from the side. And Atow, recognizing that, just goes and creates a wall with his wheels. Says try and muscle it through. And oh my goodness, a read on the delay kickoff. Atow's been doing this a bunch. Dralii will punish.
Yeah, a bit too much of a delay there from Atow. Tried to leave a gap between him and the ball. So Dralii would hit the ball into him. And Dralii spots that, and now it's Atow who's called forfeit. That's actually a really early forfeit. I'm not going to lie, a bit of a surprise for me on that. Just how effective his reset is.
Yeah, I'll wait to see if it worked or not, and then I'll tell you what I think on whether or not it was a good idea.
So far,
but
it looks like
Dralii,
a bad idea.
yeah, instantly on offense, but he does make the first save. A little reset of possession here. Atow didn't get the midfield 100, so he probably won't go to the ceiling to challenge, but wait for it instead. As Dralii maybe got him faked there by the Atow pressure as he moves slightly in, because using that reset that early is just going to hand the ball to Atow, who has a Dralii on the goal line. Flick denied.
Yeah, it's a decent attempt by Atow early on, but it does end up saved like many of his other shots. Atow from distance here, though, using a lot of boost in the attack. Decides to try and dunk on Dralii in reverse. Dralii's also been faked out there, but that was an attempted bump getting dodged by Atow. Ceiling shot on the next go around. Oh, what a stop. Dralii stuffed that one, and the counter-attack commences.
Nice shot from Dralii. Yeah, Atow getting so high above the ball. Not a lot of adjustments you can make. Not a lot of, you know, double or triple threat options. So Dralii's thinking, okay, he has no choice but to slam it at me. I guess what Atow could have done is just not touch the ball at all, but that might not have worked out well for him either. So credit to Dralii for recognizing and covering the angle. Now going to pass to himself, putting the ball dead center of the field and catch and cut. Oh my goodness, Dralii just a little bit outside.
The boost is spawning soon, but not too soon. Oh, he got it just the last pixel. The timing from Dralii is immaculate there, but Atow scores anyway. He's going back there for the boost steal with the counter-attack and flick.
Yeah, every moment you spend on the boost, I mean, I know this play came slightly after, but it can feel like it's worth the trade-off. Oftentimes, just a second is enough, and Atow plays that advantage he gets from the Dralii hesitation. Now he's going to try and pinch it away. Then he put it on target. It's a high lob, but it is too high. At the very least, he buys himself some space.
Well, look at this ball cam dribbling by Dralii just to spy Atow's position. And what a play it ended up being. But Atow with a diving save, covers the near post top corner. Dralii still in a dominant spot though. If he plays his cards correctly here, he will get a goal eventually. He's stealing boosts, keeping control of the play. And he's now faking out Atow, an absolute beauty, not once, but twice.
Just a great play. Atow doing his best to hold on to as much boost as possible. He had 29 here. Boost wasn't the issue. He just got faked out. Could not get back. Dralii, nice tap in. Able to convert. Once you get somebody on 0, you need to convert as many times as possible. Atow half flip. Dralii tried to pin top or bottom corner, I should say. But Atow flipping the correct way, gets there, clears it out. But seems like we might get a Dralii possession here. It's not really easy to get the ball off this back wall, but he does get a carry.
Yeah, Dralii came away with the advantage there. There's no doubt about it. And then the wave dash shot fakes a reset high. And then wave dashes the shot low, just sneaking it by Atow, who was in the area.
Oh my goodness, dude, a flip through the ball too. For a second there, I thought he was maybe jumping off of it, but that is just a great play. And now Dralii up 3-1. Huge delay again. This time Dralii doesn't read it. Atow, first time he's thrown it, it's not really going to work out for him though, because it's going to be possession and the ball for Dralii, who's looking at Atow on the other side. Now he's hiding, and in the moment that he's hiding, he challenges, but Dralii sees it, or prepares for it, I should say, and low 50s.
That's just crazy timing by Dralii. Atow was hiding behind the ball, and he still could not get the ball off Dralii, who's too strong. Even without a flip, he's able to glue it to the front of his car. And, you know, now, would Atow like to have back that 4-goal deficit with 90 seconds left last game? Probably, because we're heading back to a very similar position. Atow's crossbar pinched it to keep it at 3-goal deficit for now. But it's all Dralii right now in the middle of the series.
That's a good point. You know, with a minute 30 left, and many of these, you know, this momentum could be arguably just to secure a game. Dralii had already won. Oh, Dralii, nice finish from Atow. I think it could have been a little bit easier than that, but why not put some flair on it?
Atow ceiling reset, and then just carries the ball down to the ground, half volley. I mean, he makes it look easy, but these are highly technical shots. It's very easy to miss that one. Hit the post or hit the bar with an accidental bit of power in the wrong direction. Dralii, oh, he's looking for the bump on the way back there, knowing Atow is going to be preserving his boost and not trying to accelerate too much at the moment. Dralii forcing the issue. With the boost advantage, you always have that option to go to. Just a solid 50 will usually give you possession.
Can Atow escape here? He was put back on defense. He had enough boost. Does seem like he's going to be out. Now Dralii playing near his nets. Not really starved out though. Atow just going to keep throwing shots on target. Can he get this boost steal? Dralii pre-flips to take it away, and that will relieve the pressure, and he's going to quickly counterattack. Not only is he out of defense, he's trying to score on offense. He wanted to fake Atow out, but credit to Atow. What? Did not get beat, gets a demo, and now just going to wave dash to the midfield and get his third.
Wow. Well, Atow did not look like he was in a great position there, but he somehow manages to demo Dralii.
The landing wave dash.
It was that landing. Just getting a little wobble, kicking the front end of the car up into a wave dash. Crazy. I mean, you can't blame Dralii for letting his guard down there.
Is Atow going to go for this double? I think he did good enough to not get scored on. I mean, that is a really risky double. So the fact that he's not just getting scored on the other side of his net is a good enough win.
Yeah, he bailed out really well there. And then Dralii's missed a touch, tried to take the ball with him. He left it behind. Tense ending to game 5 as both KC players try to break the deadlock. As Dralii extending his lead once again, as Atow got a little bit lost in no man's land there. Yeah, Dralii can sense weakness. He saw Atow looking awkward, and he just dove in and seized control.
And when you're Dralii, even if you're facing the wrong way, does not matter at all. Such a clean half flip to take control. As Atow, best case scenario for him on the sidewall win. I guess maybe best case scenario would be the ball directly in the net, because Dralii is one of the best defenders and he'll pin this one away.
What a save by Dralii. Atow probably thought he'd done enough there. As things stand, it's another Dralii win waiting to happen. Just drive challenge, keeps all his momentum, doesn't give Atow any easy angles to attack with, and Atow, he looks like he's got something going here, but Dralii is in full control.
Maybe if he had gotten some power on his flick, Dralii kind of chasing him down, not letting Atow take the kind of angles he wants because he has to worry about the demo. He has a great spot here, but he tries to put it across the net. Really no choice but to go quickly because he needs 2 goals. Dralii makes the save, put a little flair for it to finish, and he will. 6-3 Dralii.
Too good. I mean, Atow's had his opportunities this game. He's not been clinical with them. But it's definitely a continuation of the last game. I'm seeing similarities. Dralii's had more possession, more opportunities to score, and he's been able to maintain his high defensive level, whereas Atow's struggling every now and then.
Atow, one for the road. You know, sticking this one out, obviously, with just seconds left. He was in it till the final moments, but sometimes it can help to get something on board, but Dralii's not going to let you have any mental victories. He'll cut that one off as well. From him. I mean, the way Dralii's been playing, it's time for Atow to go Atow mode. I actually just for some reason thought of the Batmobile, but does he ever play Batmobile? Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's Fennec right now.
He's Fennec right now, but I have seen the Batmobile before. It's not really enough of a go-to that it came to mind, but you know, now that you mention it, I wouldn't have minded seeing that. Would have been interesting.
Yeah, my phrasing somehow just made me think of the Batmobile, but we're Fennec.
It's happened. Oh, that's open. Atow versus the open net. He's flip resetting for some reason, even though the ball's already in. But that's just Atow in a nutshell. If he can get a reset, he probably will, even if it runs the minute risk of saving his own open net.
Yeah, Dralii, I think maybe just expecting that dribble setup to be a little bit more towards the nets. Otherwise, nowhere near it. He wants to get a double himself. Nice execution here over the top of Atow. Gets the tight angle.
I think the crazy thing about this is he didn't even commit to this early. He only committed to that once he saw Atow jump, and then he just goes back for it over the top of him. If Atow doesn't jump, Dralii can easily land a reset there. He can just air dribble dunk. There's so many options when you've got the mechanical level, the control that these two have.
Atow looked like he took a second. I felt like he maybe could have gotten to that boost first. He's going to go for a full field redirect. No, instead he has to make a save, but he does make the save, so credit to him. Trying to quickly change the field as Dralii, stuck with 0. Nice speed, used his boost to his advantage.
Yeah, Atow there just sneaking it past. Dralii was in the area, but Atow was able to just get the nose of his car up fast enough to put it past him. Must-win game for Atow, of course. Not in terms of tournament life. They are in the upper bracket for now, but depending on when the outcome of this match, they will both be in single elimination tomorrow. The winner will be one round further advanced. As Dralii fakes out Atow, but it looks like this might have been more of a just, oh, well, I've kind of lost control here. I suppose I'll fake it, and Atow jumped over it.
That's the kind of respect you get when you're Dralii. When you're these guys in this lobby, you have to assume that something's going to happen, and instead, every once in a while, nothing will work. I'm sorry, but in your ranked games, people will be assuming, this is not you in general, just everybody, they will be assuming that you'll be doing nothing. That's how what I do against my opponents.
Oh, my ranked opponents definitely assume I'm doing nothing. That's for sure. Dralii could shoot this. He does, and it's easily in. No nonsense. Dralii regains control of game 6. Unfortunately for Atow, that was just a bit too easy. We talked about him unleashing everything in his offensive arsenal, but he's got to do it with a little bit of boost left over to recover.
Dralii, wave dash kickoff. The 2-pointer. This time it's not going to switch the lead here. I guess it goes from tied to 2, but Atow just a little bit slower on the wave dash. I mean, Dralii muscles it into the blue half as well as lands quicker and gets moving. Back to another kickoff again, as we see so often in ones, and another win for Dralii, this time side wall. He's going to have to do a little bit more if he wants to convert on it, but you never have to worry too much about him. He puts it directly at Atow, and it's actually going to be a pass. Atow sends it high and should have the counter.
Yeah, good slot there from distance from Atow. It was all in a defensive stop, though. It looked like Dralii might be about to go up by 3 goals. Atow with a monstrous save makes it a 1-goal game. Now, can he back it up with a kickoff possession? It looks like he will be able to. It's in Dralii's half. Atow has the ability to just go at this ball and beats him to it. Dralii had to turn, Atow did not. And when both players just held boost and pointed their cars at it, the guy who has to turn usually loses.
And little dash on the sidewall too. It's tough to say whether or not it made the difference, but Atow transitioning onto the wall, making sure to dash. Here's Dralii, no jumping, as he wants to lose this ball into the corner, but I'm not sure it's going to pay off for him. Atow with more than enough to make anything happen. He is a bit close to the back wall, so even Dralii on low boost can challenge, but now Atow setting up in the midfield, high bounce dribble, needs to control it a little bit too much, but wants to go 50 instead. Dralii's going to be able to recover, tried to put it behind him. Dralii made the save.
Yeah, that was just too good by Dralii. Atow kind of walked into that one a little bit. He wants to, he's one of those players, he wants to score at some point soon. He's not happy, Atow's not happy scoring in a minute from now after fully controlling the ball on the boost forever. And sometimes it costs him. He takes a gamble and gets countered by the Dralii defensive wall.
Atow missed a little flick there. I think there's been a couple different times where mechanically his flick hasn't had the power he's wanted. That was not an issue for Joria's early before. He had super powered flicks, but he's going to need a little bit of help on the ground if he wants to bring this one back against Dralii, who does get around this for a save. Atow 41 boosts, so Dralii going to try and be a pest. Might get the respawn, but actually did not. Oh, well, he'll get it now. It's going to respawn after his second ring around the rosy. And Atow trying to convert here. Sidewall wants to give it up. Dralii will take it instead. Early flip, has a reset, wants to get movement around Mr. Atow, and does, but it's going to result in Atow possession.
Yeah, Atow forcing him sufficiently wide there. Now the air dribble going the other way. It's pre-jump stopped by Dralii again. He's got to be careful in the back corner. Oh, Atow lost speed on the upward turn to the wall, and that actually saved Dralii. Oh! Pre-flip flick by Dralii. Top ends.
Absolutely ridiculous flick from Atow. Dralii sets up the way he's turning his car. He is threatening a top right flick the opposite direction. Instead, he pre-flips underneath it and slots it top left. Impossible to read from Atow, and there's nothing he can do if Dralii's playing like that.
It's just disgusting. And now Dralii with the boost control on the next kickoff as well. We've just got 90 seconds left for Atow to work, and it's actually Dralii who's looking to get to work a little bit more. Another solid 50, just completely stops the challenge, flicks it again to that same top corner, and it's 7-4.
Great read from Dralii. We saw Atow go high and basically cover anything through the air. Dralii quickly dropped the ball. Actually, credit to Atow, who had to boost his way all the way down there to get that first 50 in the first place. But the reality is, you know, you're never really out of the woods till you fully cleared it, especially against a guy like Dralii. He's going to be able to quickly convert, and this is what Atow needs. He needs quick goals on kickoff, and a double jump bump will do it.
That's exactly, like you said, is exactly what Atow needs. He needs to score as quickly as possible, because you know as soon as Dralii gets control, seconds, many seconds are coming off the clock. Minute and 15 to go. Plenty time left in ones. Doubt we're going to see an early forfeit from Atow in this match. Oh, I maybe spoke too soon. As Dralii crushes him in the kickoff, and it's gone straight in. Atow trying to get a bit cheeky here with the delay, but I think he was in two minds there. I mean, he semi-delayed, semi-jumped at it, and just wrapped it into his own net.
Yeah, he needs to be more decisive, as well as he's starting to become, I think, a little bit predictable. Dralii seems to be expecting these delays in these big moments, these crucial kickoffs. You can kind of feel he needs a big one. He's been throwing in a delay. Dralii going to go the length of the field and actually used every last bit of his boost, which, considering that he's up 3, surprises me slightly. It should result in a clean Atow possession. Dralii shadowing Atow, double jump. Can he get the bump?
No
He
way.
does connect with him. Dralii almost got back, but will not.
Full air dribble bump mode engage. Atow has found out a consistent way to score, and honestly, he should just keep doing it, because we're at game 6. If he can come back and win this game by bumping Dralii multiple times, the momentum will be so solidly in his favor in game 7.
Dralii gonna have to force the issue and bring the game to Atow, or just win direct kickoffs, but doesn't decide to take the risk as that one floats on the goal line. Instead, he'll waste some time. Dralii knows how to do that as well. He's gonna go to the length of the field. We'll see if he saves any boost this time around. This time falling early, and I think this is a much safer play. Wave dash, save 13, go pick up 100. You're not gonna get quickly countered. You could probably waste the next 25 seconds.
Atow has to get a shot on target pretty soon, though. Final 20 seconds. Dralii has enough boost to stay on the ball, and this is just going to annoy Atow, but now this has to be it. Oh, he didn't get the best first touch. He's completely all in here, and Dralii easily stops him. Now time is really done for Atow. He has to score in the next few seconds, and he's missed the first touch to the ceiling. It's game over. Dralii wins the KC matchup.
The GGs. He knew Dralii didn't even take his open net. Now they're going to keep us hostage.
All right,
This is actually what happens often in ones games as well.
I guess this is it till tomorrow, so we are just going to keep this ball in the air until, well, we're starting tomorrow 4 p.m. GMT, so this is all you're going to get until then. No, GG's. Dralii and Atow played an absolute blinder of a series, but after an early 2-1 lead.